enough room.
As I was saying before our previous video stopped, we try to keep all our species in our coral display tank, holding tank, grouped. What this does, this maximizes how many corals we can hold in our systems. As the corals come out and expand, in general terms, when you've got the same corals grouped together, they're allowed to touch each other without causing too much damage through stinging, which results in bacterial infections and stress on your coral. And by doing this, we also maximize how many corals we can keep at any one time to maximize the choice and variety for our customers. This is another good example of how the same corals are grouped together. This allows us to fit 20, 30 plus corals of the same variety in a relatively small section to again maximize our variety that we can pass on to our customers. So if we go back to the boxes, we can see what's coming out in this week's shipment. It's a beautiful toxic green Hydenopora. Again, a large coral, packed really well in the appropriate size bag. Some of the corals that are quite porous or have sharp skeletons, they may need 2, sometimes 3 bags to stop them piercing the bag and all the water coming out into the box, as a result potentially losing the coral during transport. As you can see, what we're doing here, we're rearranging the corals, grouping them with similar species. Disregarding the old water that they are transported in. The little black granules in the bottom of the bucket is carbon. What that does, that helps to take out all the impurities that the corals may release into the water during transport, to again maximize the health of the coral during shipping. We tip all the water out. We handle the coral from the base always. We try to limit how much we handle the coral during this process, and of course try to never touch the coral on its tissue, as this causes undue stress to your coral. And we're all about maximizing the chance that the coral has for long-term survival and growth. We're just going through the boxes at the moment, looking for all the more delicate corals to get them out as fast as possible. And again, looks like we've got another beautiful Aquapora coming out. We'll always do these ones first. We see how they're packed. Again, quite a large spiky coral in the appropriate size bag, completely submerged underwater through the whole shipping process. Very limited touch to no handling on the actual tissue itself. We choose the appropriate size stand for the particular coral we're putting in the tank. This ensures that the coral is displayed in the best position possible in terms of lighting, water flow, and similar species for optimum survivability. We have 3 shells in both our 6-foot and 8-foot coral tanks, and we always try to put the corals in the tanks in their appropriate positions so the customer also knows where they should be positioned in their home aquarium. Obviously this depends on how big your home aquarium is, how tall it is, how wide it is, and how long the aquarium is. Corals that we generally have on the bottom of our tanks, we generally recommend that they go on the bottom of your home aquarium. This also works for water flow. You can see we have a lot of water flow in our tanks, which is what we would always recommend. and the corals that are on the bottom generally like less water flow and less lighting. Then we've sort of got middle of the tank, and of course top of the aquariums where we keep all a lot of our LPS and our more delicate SPS. So we've unpacked another wonderful shipment. Great colour, great size range, great variety. Got some beautiful Trachyphilias. A great range of Euphyllia species, anywhere from frog spawns to hammer corals, through to your Euphyllia glabrescens, commonly known as your torch coral. Some beautiful Catalophilias, toxic green Heliofungias, through to A-grade ultra Acropora, orange lace corals, and of course everyone's favourite Begoniopora. We keep a great variety of sizes, anywhere from little pieces for nano aquariums through to your medium-sized pieces up to your larger pieces for those bigger home reef aquariums. If we go back to the boxes to see what we've got next. And again, it's another Acropora. Let's see if we've got some other stuff in here. There's a beautiful green frog spawn that I've just pulled out. Packaged perfectly, completely wet packed, perfect amount of water to ensure best shipping technique possible. Here's an acro that we've just pulled out, complete with a little Acropora crab, which helps to protect the acro, keep the acro nice and clean, and also protect it from any fish that like to eat Acropora species, things like butterflies, bannerfish, parrotfish, some species of angels. That's it. We'll get the frog spawn out next.
That ain't gonna fit, man. We'll have to go off in that tank.
So we've got a full 6-foot tank now, where we're going to move on to a new tank that we've set up to keep, again, more range, more for our customers. We just go back through the boxes and have a look what else we've got, and we'll look at the packing techniques. Another large star polyp, great for a beginner. Another beautiful green frog spawn. And as you can see, a lot of these corals, the whole colony is taken, as opposed to fragging off a mother colony, which some people believe will give the coral a better chance of survival, as there's no wound or on the coral being fragged off the mother colony. We've got another green Sinularia, another great coral for beginners, quite easy to keep, can handle various aquarium conditions, and again, completely wet packed, strapped with foam and elastic band to keep it fully submersed, stopping any exposure to air. What else have we got in here? Nice little encrusting hard coral. Here's a beautiful Montipora. Looks like a Capricornus. Another favourite among SPS lovers due to its scrolling nature and different shapes as it grows. Toxic green Heliofungia. Sometimes mistaken for an anemone due to the way it comes out. And it's fully expanded, long fleshy tentacles off the base, These guys do have the ability to move, not like an anemone, but they can blow themselves up and somewhat drag themselves along the bottom of your aquarium. So if we keep going through the boxes, we'll see what else we've got. A beautiful pulsating Xenia. These ones need to be packed really well, as sometimes they have a poor shipping rate. Although this one's arrived again in perfect condition due to the perfect packing technique. Lots of water, appropriate size bag, foam on the bottom of the coral so as it keeps it underwater. We've had a look at that one. That's an empty box, so that's a good sign. We've got them all in the tank in a very short amount of time to ensure good success rates. And that concludes our 2-box coral shipment for this week. A lot of great variety, a lot of beautiful colours through many different species. We have 2 large coral systems here at Majestic Aquariums. That way we can keep the biggest variety, not only in species, in size, but also in grading. We have plenty of corals for your beginner, intermediate and advanced Aquarius. And we have beautiful quality corals to suit any budget on any given week. If there's anything that you would like to know more about our coral systems at Majestic Aquariums, or any more about the corals that we keep, or if there's something that you don't see here that you would like, special orders can always be arranged. Come down and check it out. Majestic Aquariums in Sydney.